Hi there, Mayflom here, and here I've got a wooden star. You can see there's a hole punched in here. We're gonna make a home decor piece. What we're gonna do is cover all of these sides with embossed designs, metal sheets. We're gonna cover them up and then color them. It's super easy. You do this on a photo frame. You can do this on lots of different types of home decor projects, but the really fun part about it, and the factor that just makes it unlike anything else, is the embossing starter kit from Brother that I have for my ScanNCut. It's available for purchase separately, and it comes with everything you need. That's what I love. There's a little mat. You can see it here on one of my standard mats. So there's a little foam mat here that we're gonna place our material on. You decide which size of the embossing tools that you want. I want the 3mm, so I'm putting that in the holder and then just turning this to close it. This is going to go right in where our blade goes on the ScanNCut. We'll get another view of that in a second. And then I have several sheets here. I have lots and lots of sheets of the metal material that we're going to emboss. Now it comes here, and there we go. So it's sandwiched there in between two plastic sheets, and we want to leave it right there. And what we're actually going to do is I have the protective covering on my mat over here, and this is going to be placed onto that nice foam, and that's going to really help us get a beautiful emboss. And I'm just going to place it down here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the steps once. We're going to repeat it so that we have enough for all of the sides of our star. Here I've got my ScanNCut, and you can see I've got my embossing tool all loaded, and I have my metal sheet here. So this step here I'm going to be repeating several times because I am going to need to do several sheets of this material to get enough going to fill up my whole star. So what I'm going to do is go into pattern. You can use any pattern that you would like. What I am going to do is go in here in my machine, go in here, and there's a lot of really intricate designs that I think will make really interesting looking designs once moved on to this star. So I'm gonna go through and I'll pick several. To start with, I'll pick this one right here, and it's at 4x4, that's fine. I'm just going to move it so it's about 1 inch in, and then I'm gonna push this little box right here, and I'm going to line emboss, which means it's just gonna draw a line. It's going to emboss the line of this design. I'm going to say emboss and start, and let the ScanNCut do the rest. Once you have some designs, you can see here I've got a couple different ones embossed. It's so beautiful. And what we're going to do is I've got some double-sided tape on my star here, and this step you're going to repeat with all of the sides that you want to have covered in the pattern. This is so much fun. And I've got double-sided tape on here. I'm just removing the covering. And what I like to do to start is I would rather have things go over just a little bit, and then I can trim off. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of arrange this so that I like where the design is. So there we go, starting it. Okay, and you can see as I press down that we're going to see where the lines are, where we're going to want to cut. And you can also see that one sheet is going to cover two sides. Now what I'm gonna wanna do is get either a craft knife, or this really cuts well even with scissors. I can probably just kind of score along here. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Do not stress if this is not perfect, because we'll have lots of opportunities to edit and change. We can also here, if I trim that off, like so. Okay. So the other thing we can do is when we get to the bottom, flip it over, and I can run tape along here. And it really holds well because this is such nice light foil. It holds really beautifully. The next one I've got here to go down, all right, like so. the next one I've got here to go down. So because I've got this here, then as the next one gets laid down, what I can do is, if I know that there's a piece where, let's say, for example, here, it didn't quite go to the edge, what I can do is place the next one so that it goes to the edge as needed, and then just really press that foil down. So here you can see I'm done covering it. I love how this turns out. Now, if you've got some funky spots, don't worry, because we're going to color this. And you can see here I've got the hole that was already in this wood star, and I just went ahead and punched through the really thin foil. I love how thin this foil is. It makes it so easy to work with and create with. Now, you have a lot of options for coloring. You could use inks that will stick to select surfaces. You can use alcohol inks or alcohol-based markers. You can use acrylic paint. I'm going to do a combination. I'm going to put some acrylic paint here in the middle, not a lot, and I'm going to spray it with a little water because that'll kind of thin it out and water it down. And then I'm just going to take a paintbrush and just kind of brush down. So I just kind of want to add some color here to the center. Now you can really just play with it. You can continue to add paints if you'd like paints. If you prefer, say, alcohol inks or alcohol markers, you can add those. You can drip them on, or however you would like to apply them. So you're just going to want to go around and add your color as much or as little as you would like. Blend it and just really play and have a good time. Remember that you can always remove color by sanding a little bit and re-expose those metal surfaces. And once you're all the way done, once you're satisfied with how the color is, then we can add our finishing touches. The final step before we hang our beautiful star. I just love how this turned out. So I've tied a piece of ribbon here through the hole, just one piece. And then what I'm going to do up here is just grab a number of art fibers, and up here where the knot is, take the two loose ends and tie them around in a knot, just nice and firm. And then what that'll do is this will hang down, and all of these beautiful pieces will just kind of hang down, as this will be where we hang it from. They'll all just hang down and be lovely here. If you wanted to add some more decor, you could glue some stars, shapes, or other little elements into your fibers just using a liquid adhesive or maybe some hot glue. That could be a lot of fun, but really the options from here up to you. If you wanted to add a banner and some words across the center, there's so many options. You can keep it simple, get really complex with it, totally up to you, but it's so much fun. And I hope that today I've encouraged you to check out that metal and get embossing with your ScanNCut. I wish you very happy crafting. I'll see you next time.